that maybe you really didn't want the answer to, or were afraid of what the answer might be. My 3-year-old learned the power of this week. My wife is allergic to chocolate. Somehow I got a good chunk of the feminine traits in our family because I love chocolate. You see all this stuff, women in chocolate, I'm like, oh, I'm there. Oh, wait, that's kind of strange. But I love the chocolate thing. I'm all about chocolate. And my wife, unfortunately, just has a very negative reaction to it, so she doesn't eat chocolate, which is really good. She's really good about it. She doesn't push it. She doesn't try. She knows it's not worth it. She's very, very good. And it's only been like one time ever that I can remember her saying, no, don't eat something. She's really good about the rest of the family having chocolate. If it's a birthday and somebody wants chocolate cake or chocolate ice cream, she's all about it. She's fantastic. There's only one time that I can remember when she said no, and that was I found a recipe my mom had for refrigerator cookies. I'm talking about oatmeal and peanut butter and chocolate. And, yeah, no bake cookies. They're going to be on a tree in heaven. It's a refrigerated no bake cookie tree. I was like, oh, wow. And she's like, no, you're not making those. I'm like, whoa, why? I love this so much. I'm like, okay, I don't want to do anything. She left town and we made them anyway. She was gone. It was okay. In fact, I was so nice. This is how good of a husband I am, because you think I'm kidding, Holly, but I am such a nice husband. I called her and said, do you want these gone before you get home? I'll eat them all up just to make sure you're okay. I'm willing to put myself out there for my wife like that. Men, serve your women. That's what I'm saying. Serve your women. And Mark, are you up to the task of serving your wife like that? Okay. So this week at KTSY, where my wife works, is on the campus at seventh-day-adventist Academy, which is a boarding high school. And the chef there, Edgar, is pretty great. We love him, and he brings food over, and he makes, in my estimation, the world's best chocolate chip cookies. And he brought over a bunch to the station, and Michelle brought them home. Some home on a plate for the family. I was sick, and I love those chocolate chip cookies. But my wife had gotten to the point where it was, okay, enough chocolate, I need something. And my wife has found a window in Baltic, carob chips. Now, carob has come a long way. It's not like it used to be. It's still not chocolate, but don't tell my wife. But it's simple, but it's different. So she made herself some chocolate chip cookies with carrots, which was great. So and she made plenty. She made plenty for the family. And there were some out on the counter. And yesterday, Michelle and I were in the bedroom talking, and in walks Jocelyn, my 3-year-old, with half a cookie. Half a cookie. See, she knows she only gets half a cookie, so she broke the cookie in half and took it. And came in, and Michelle said, as a good mom, where's the cookie? I got it. Because she's real proud of that. You're not supposed to have a cookie unless you ask. Face walls. Hands cookie back. Hands cookie to mom. Can I have a cookie? Whereupon, mom is a good mom. What do you say, mom? No! You already took it? You without asking, you don't get it. Now, with your 3-year-old mind doesn't compute. You just told me. If I ask for, I have to ask for the cookie. I have now given you the cookie and asked for it, and now you won't give it to me. This is incredibly frustrating in a 3-year-old mind. Did not want the answer to the question. In fact, I think she knew. I think she knew she was supposed to ask, and she knew that if she asked, the answer would be no, so therefore she got the cookie. She's not smart enough or devious yet, as our other children are, who take the cookie without even letting anyone see it. That will come in about 6 months. This whole plan developed really nicely later with the fingernail polish. And we had the exact same conversation with fingernail polish. Where did you get the fingernail polish? You have to ask first. And her fingernails apparently go back to about this knuckle right here. The one I can see from across. Sometimes we don't want to know the answer to the question, that we want to ask. Have you ever had some of those questions, maybe a little more serious? Maybe like when I was in college and was in love with this girl and asked her by statement, telling her that I was in love with her and had been for quite some time. Afraid of what the answer might be. It's past, I'm over it. It's okay. It's okay now. We're good. She's heard this story before. Every time. She laughs every time. Afraid of what the answer might be, and the answer was, I thought so. Because again, men, remember this one important fact. You need to just take this lesson to heart, men. Women are smarter than we are. Women are smarter than we are. They are more attuned emotionally. They can read our minds. We have no clue. All right? Just get used to that idea from the get-go. Get used to that idea. But maybe the question has been maybe more recent. Like when I asked the boss one time if I was going to get laid off, so to speak. He didn't say yes, thank God. I was really happy with the answer that time, but I was scared of what the answer might be. But I was compelled to ask the question. You have that question, you feel compelled to ask it, but you're kind of scared of what the answer might be when you actually ask it. I think that's the case with this guy. It was one of those questions that was burning so hard. You can go to Mark chapter 10. Burning so hard in his mind that he had to ask it, but he was kind of afraid of what the answer might be, yet he was driven to ask the question. Jesus and his disciples are walking towards Jerusalem. I'm imagining a crowd of people with him. They're walking down this dusty road, hot sunshine. The disciples are all trying to tell jokes and jockey for position. I can't imagine I think it would have been great to hang out for a couple days with the disciples. I toured with traveling ministry teams, drama teams, the extreme team when I was on it. There's a dynamic that happens when people do ministry and travel together. You get to know each other really well, and you can go from the sublime to ridiculous in 0.3 seconds. I can only imagine what these guys were like hanging out together. On one hand, arguing about who's going to be the greatest, and the next time dogging each other completely, and the next time having a deep spiritual thought, and then the next minute throwing Peter into a mud puddle because he needed to just shut up. They're all there talking, and Jesus is talking, because I think Jesus was a part of it. I don't think he just walked along skimming above the ground, hovering as a hovercraft, allowing the path in front of him while the disciples were. I think he was right in the middle of it. In fact, I think he's the one that threw Peter into the mud myself, but that's my unholy imagination. And they're talking along, the disciples, and the crowd's with him, and just being with Jesus and this man and what he's doing, and suddenly this guy runs up, breaks through the crowd, elbowing people out of the way, circling around the crowd. In chapter 10, verse 17, as Jesus was starting on his way to Jerusalem, a man came running up to him, knelt down, and asked him, "Good teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" He was rich, he was well-to-do, he looked sharp, he had his